So today let us start with the part 4 of the Quantitative Aptitude series. So now let us see question number 11. So which of the following numbers is divisible by 24? And the options are given. So here we have to see first the divisibility rule. So for 24, we can take 3 into 8. Here, both 3 and 8 are coprimes. So what do you mean by coprimes? So coprimes are actually the pair of integers whose HCF means the highest common factor, is 1. So why do we say this is 1? Now if we take 3, that will be 1 multiplied by 3. If you take the factors of this one, 1 into 2 into 2 into 2. So you can see the common is just 1. So we can see these are the coprimes. Now let us see the option A, that is 35718. So this 3 digits for the divisibility rule for the 8, that means we have to see the last 3 digits. So this is not divisible by 8. So we can say this is not divisible by 8. Now let us see the B option, that is 63810. This also you can check here. This last 3 digits, they are not divisible by 8. Option C, again these 3 digits are not divisible by 8. Option D, here we can see this is divisible by 8. 736, you can just check. 8 9s are 72 and this is 16, means 8 2s are 16. So we can see the remainder is 0. That means it is divisible by 8. So now here we can see the sum of digits of this number. We have to add all. So after getting this one, we get this as 27 when you add this all. So that is divisible by 3. So we can say therefore this number, that is 3125736 is divisible by 3 into 8, that is 24. And so the option is D. So now let us go to the next question. How many prime numbers are less than 50? So the prime numbers less than 50 means always it will start with 2. 2, 3, 5 prime numbers means which are not divisible by any number. So it starts always with 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. These all the prime numbers. Less than 50 means the last number is going to be 47 because 48 is divisible, 49 is divisible. So the last number is going to be 47. So how many numbers? So you just count all these numbers. So these total numbers, they are 15. So the option is B. On dividing a number by 56, we get 29 as remainder. On dividing the same number by 8, what will be the remainder? So now let us see, we don't know the number. So we can say let x be the number and y be the quotient. So you know x is equal to divide. See, whenever you divide any number, so this is called the dividend. This is called the divisor. This is called the quotient. And this is called the remainder. So we can say x is equal to divisor into quotient and you are going to add the remainder. So what is the divisor here? This is given because on dividing a number by 56 they said. So this is 56. The quotient we don't know. So this quotient we are going to consider this as y. And they have said we get 29 as remainder. So this 29 is a remainder. So what we can write this one as, so for 56 we can write here 8 into 7 and this y as it is. So for 29 again we can write here 8 into 24, this 3 is 24 plus 5. So here what happens here, we can see this one, 8 will be common. So this is the first part and this is the second part. So here what remains is 7y and here will be, see here because 8 into 3, this into this, so we get this one. This into this means we get this one and this plus 5. So we can say 8 into 7y plus 5. So we can say required number is, which is the required number? What will be the remainder? This is going to be 5. So the option is B. So just remember dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So x we are going to take as dividend. Suppose we take this as 56 and this as 8. So 8 7s are 56. So this is the dividend. So this dividend we have considered as, so this is the dividend. I'll write here again. This is the divisor. This is the quotient. And where whatever we get, this is the remainder. So the next one, the difference of the squares of two consecutive even integers is divisible which of the following integers. The options are given. So we'll just see that the two consecutive even integers be. So squares of two consecutive. So let us consider this 2x and 2x plus 2. So now we are going to take the squares of two consecutives, means this, because we are going to take the difference of it. So 2x plus 2, because they said squares of two consecutive. So this will be this square, 2x plus 2 square, and difference means it is going to be minus, and this is the other one, so 2x square. So now you can see this is, we can consider this as a square and this as b square. So now what we can do, for a square minus b square, the formula is a plus b and a minus b. So here this is the square of it. So if we just take a, so this is going to be a plus b. So a plus b means this part, only this part is a and this is going to be b. So this will be a and this is b. Again this is a, this part is a and this is b. So a plus b and a minus b. So now this is easy now once you know this part. So this will be 4x plus 2 and this gets cancelled, plus 2x and minus 2x, and here the remains is 2. So now here this is actually, there's in the, whenever there is a bracket means there is a multiplication sign in between. So what will you do, this into this 2 is for both of them. So this will be 8x and this is going to be plus 4. So we can also write this as, from this one if we take common, so the common is going to be 4. So this will be 8x plus this 4. So 4 into 2x plus 1, which is divisible by 4. So the correct option is B. Let's see this question. Which one of the following numbers will be completely divide this one? So this is the question given. So now we can see here 4 is to 61 plus 4 is to 62 plus 4 is to 63 plus 4 is to 64. So for 4 is to 61, this we can write one, because you know if we are writing 8, 8 will be nothing but 8 multiplied by 1. So we can write here 4 is to 61 into 1. So this will be here. So now why this, we can take common 4 is to 61 and this will be 1. Again here we can take 4 is to 61 plus here this will be 4 is to 1, means there is a rule in exponents, that is a raised to m into a raised to n, that will be a raised to m plus n. So here what we can do, 4 is to 61 plus multiply by this one 4 is to 1. So that is going to be 4 is to 61 plus 1, that is going to be 4 is to 62. So here we can write here 61 plus 1. So this we can write 4 is to 1. Now here is 4 is to 63. So that will be 61 is already common. So 61 plus 2, that is going to be 63. Again for this one, this is already common. So 61 plus 3 will be 64. So hope this step is clear to you. So here always write, this is very important, which you have to write 1, because this into this is going to be 4 is to 61. So now once this is done, this is the same, this is the same. 4 is to 1 means anything raised to 1, that is the same, that will be a. So this is going to be 4. So this is the same, this is the same, this is the same. 4 is to 2 will be 4 into 4, which is going to be 16. 4 is to 3 means 4 into 4 into 4, which is going to be 64. So now this is the same, when you add this one, that will be 85. Again what you can do, one more thing here, we can write here 4 is to 61 will be same as 4 is to 16 to 4 is to 1. So this is going to be 61 and this is the same. So now this is the same, 4 is to 1 means that will be 4, this is the same. So this will be this the same. When you multiply this one, you get 340, and you know but now here is 0, that means it is divisible by 10. So the correct option is